It's time for live number 3 for today. I know that's a lot of lives, but we got a lot of things going on today. So this is to see what happens for the auction on the two Velomobile shop bikes. Some of you might be wondering, what in the world is that? I've never heard of that brand unless you've been a customer for a very, very long time. Then you have, because Velomobile shop, as strange as that sounds, was actually the original name I started with when I started selling electric bikes. Reason being, I thought I was going to be making Velomobiles, which are these cool aerodynamic three-wheeled things. Anyway, point is, none of that actually matters right now because we're here to talk about these two bikes. This is an auction for a pair, two bikes, and these are ones that I built here in the US. Components still came from overseas, but early on I was actually building every single bike myself, putting the motors on, forks on, headsets, everything, basically getting a bare frame, and was even customizing bikes for people at that time. So the green bike that I have here, let's roll that one out first. This was not for a customer. This actually, for quite a few years, was my personal bike, and it changed names. It's been around for a long time, so it actually says Velomobile underneath the Bolton e-bike stickers. There's another thing that was on top here for a while. It's been through the ringer a little bit. It's had displays changed, batteries changed. So this is not the original battery that was on the bike, not the original display, not even the original frame, actually. I rebuilt this more than once and used it a lot. I've pulled my kids behind this bike in a trailer to the park. I've done a lot with this. But one of the things that I want to try and do is always ride a bike that we currently have. And we don't have this. Basically, the modern equivalent of this bike is the Foxbat. It's a Bafang BBSHD 1000-watt motor, so same as that exact motor that's in the Foxbat. It's a hardtail with a front suspension fork. I am running slightly nicer hydraulic brakes. They're from Tech. They're anodized purple. Obviously, I had kind of a crazy purple green theme going on here. Super bright green frame, green pedals, again, purple brakes, running Tech disc brakes on this as well. I had an anodized purple stem on this. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of colors and things. I know the saddle looks very stiff and uncomfortable, and it might be, but it's a lot of fun and it all goes together. And of course, the crazy green tires, because why not? And green rim strips to match that too. Really went all out with the colors here. Definitely one of a kind. Again, was the bike that I personally was riding to and from work up here to the shop, and has been a lot of places. But it's time to let it go, because whenever I ride this, people ask me, where did you get it? Can I buy one just like that? And the answer, of course, is no, you can't. So I'm always trying to ride our production bikes, or bikes currently that we offer instead, and that's a little bit less confusing when I come across people on trails or in town. Scott Osborne says, how much are your bikes? So we have a range of e-bikes all over our website. This particular video is in relation to an auction for this bike and a second bike. This is a package deal for both, and this green bike, which honestly, these green pedals on the blue bike would match my bike better. I don't know why it got the cooler pedals. The blue one, so I'll move mine out of the way. But again, the auction that's going on right now is actually for both bikes. So the blue one was not my own personal bike. This one was built for a local customer named Mike. He decided after, I don't know, a couple of years of riding this and having a ton of fun with it, that he was getting a little bit older and maybe this was too fast for him. So we brought it back as a trade-in, basically. It's got a interesting kind of double stacked rear rack on the back, Cloud9 saddle, a rigid fork instead of the suspension fork. It does have an adjustable stem. It's got a bell. Has a very bright headlight on the front. I can actually feel the warmth off of that thing, but it's a very bright LED headlight. Again, same 1000-watt BB SHD mid-drive motor. Both of these are running Shimano Dior drivetrains. This one has a massive 52-tooth Lecky chainring on the front. So the top speed of this bike is insane. Mine, I've got geared down a little bit more for more climbing. I think I'm running a 42-tooth on it. So both have upgraded chain rings. This one is running Shimano hydraulic brakes, but they're actually the same frame, just different colors, same motor. So they kind of started out as similar builds, but the final specs were different because I built mine the way I wanted it. This customer, Mike, had his built up. I built it for him the way he wanted it. Of course, we don't do custom builds like that anymore. But again, the modern day equivalent would be the Foxbat, which is about 2,800. But let's see, let's go check the auction status. We've got 8 minutes left for both of these bikes, and we're right at $2,125. Now, these are, of course, not brand new. They're used. The price does not include shipping. If you're going to come pick them up, great. We can ship them if you want anywhere in the lower 48 states in the US, but you will have to pay for whatever that cost might be. But again, this auction's for both bikes. We're at $2,125, just over $2,000, and we've got 7 minutes to go. So we're going to see if you guys have any questions about these bikes and what they end up going for. Hopefully that answers your question, Scott. We have other bikes ranging anywhere down from, $1,500 range up to over $7,000. It kind of depends on how much you want to spend, how fast you want to go, how far do you want to go, how crazy do you want to ride. I think we have a pretty good selection of bikes these days. But let's check out some of the other custom things I put on here. So again, obviously some unique colors. This is one of a kind. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do this. I got to show you guys my water bottle holder because I use this for commuting. It's right there. I should have brought my water bottle out so you could see how this works. If you look closely at this frame design, there is like a kink in that seat tube. That's by design. But there's just enough space to actually put a water bottle, because you've got the battery where it normally go, right there next to the frame, in between the cranks. So that's where I kept my water bottle. Custom little mount there, and there you have it. So just kind of a funny little thing there. Again, there's those purple Juentech hydraulic brakes. We sold those years ago, don't anymore. They don't make those with brake switches. We had to always add them on. And now, as I mentioned yesterday, we have a whole new brake solution that's better. Foam grips, actually really comfortable. I like these. The blue bike has some more traditional rubber grips on it. Can I zoom in that far? Sure, why not? So that logo right there, Velomobile Shop, that's what's hiding underneath those stickers that say Bolton. So these don't say Area 13, but they do have the still applicable modern 13 head badge, which of course used to be a B. Matching saddle. And that's what I was saying. I should have swapped the pedals. Those pedals right there would look perfect on this bike, unless you just think that's too much green. But obviously, I was going for more green, the better on these. TDR57. Love the idea and history of these bikes, but shipping to New Hampshire prices me out. Yeah, that's about as far away as you could get. We're happy to do it, but yeah, it might cost you $300 or $400 to get them there. Sammy James says $2,500. Did the bid go up, or did he's just saying that? Sammy, if you actually want one of these, you go to our website and you need to sign in, and you can bid on the bikes there. There's only 4 minutes left. They're at $2,125. So if you're really willing to pay $2,500, you could actually potentially get the bikes for less than that right now, but you only have 4 minutes to do so. Mileage, that's an excellent question. I believe both of these bikes have actually had their displays replaced at some point in time. So honestly, the mileage is somewhat unknown. The battery on the blue bike is actually very new. I believe we swapped that out either when he traded his bike in or soon after. So the blue bike's battery is very new. The green one, honestly, I don't know, but they're both in good working order. Because these are used bikes and they are older, there is no warranty or anything with these. They are being sold as is. We will, of course, make sure that they are functioning and working as they are right now. But just be aware that there's no warranty. These are used, sold as is. But I did build them. I'll stand behind them. I can always get parts for these guys. Whatever you guys need to keep these up and running, we can certainly help you with that. There just might be a few little custom things. Like I mentioned, the brake switches, those didn't come on these. So they're like glued magnets, you know, just little things that are different from a modern production bike. But BBS HD motors, very common, very easy to get parts for. And I think somebody will have a lot of fun with these. Let's see, when are you getting a Rad Rover 6? Well, we have, in case you didn't know, we have a Rad Rover 5 that we upgraded the controller, we upgraded the brakes. I released a video on this yesterday. We're auctioning that off right now too. You can find that auction on our website. That ends tomorrow, and the plan is to replace that bike with a Rad Rover 6 so we can get working on an upgrade kit for that. We kind of held off initially because the Rad Rover 6 was being advertised as more powerful, more torque, and we want to make an upgrade kit if it wasn't needed. Turns out it is. Most people are saying that it feels just like the previous bikes and it's not really any more powerful. So that's what we're seeing. Auction, we're at 1 minute 45 seconds. We're going to stay live until the very end and see what happens here. See if anybody else jumps on. In fact, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to share my screen here real quick. Stay with me, guys. Share screen. There we go. Velomobile bikes. All right, there we go. There they are. And of course, we got them here in person. So there's the time. 1 minute left. We've got 52 bids to get it up to that price. We'll make that a little bit bigger there. There we go. Thank you to everyone that has been bidding on any demo or used bikes we've been getting rid of. We have a few more auctions ending today after this one. So in about 45 minutes, we're going to have yet another live video. Live videos like all day long. This is crazy. We're at 45 seconds to go. One other thing I should mention is wheels, or rims, I should say. Both of these bikes have 100 millimeter wide rims, nice and wide. You can fit a 4.9 inch wide tire on the blue bike here if you wanted to. You could fit it on the back of this bike, but the front fork is a little bit tight for that. So about a 4-inch tire is what either of these can run. But those 100 millimeter wide rims, I think, just are great for fat bikes. It's what I preferred building them with back then. The Warthog, some bikes still come with rims that wide. Again, 2 bikes for one low price. We are at, where are we at? Did the auction end? The auction has ended. So I think the last price I mentioned must have been the ending price. Congratulations to whoever the winning bidder was. I didn't catch it before it ended there. We'll follow up on the back end. We'll send you an invoice by email right now so you can check out, and we'll see where you're located. If you're local, come by, pick the bikes up. If you're not, let us know where they need to go. We'll get a shipping quote and we'll get them out to you. So thanks again, everybody. I will be back in about 45 minutes. We've got 2 more auctions ending today, 2 more auctions ending tomorrow. And don't forget that tomorrow I will be here at our Grass Valley location with our garage sale going on. So if you are anywhere local and you're looking for some spare parts, random odds and ends, we are trying to clear out as much old inventory as we can. That includes frames, oddball wheel sets, there might be some tires, all sorts of interesting e-bike things. So make sure to check us out on that tomorrow if you come here. And if you, of course, are interested in any of the bikes that are on auction, go to our website, area13ebikes.com. There's still time to bid on the others. But congratulations again to whoever picked these up. You're going to have a lot of fun with them. Thanks again, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.